Yo, what's good, YouTube? Zamcrow here, aka Scoop, back with the World Showdown Series, Season 4, Week number 4, and we're taking on, I'm just gonna call him Cat, coach of the Chanchester United, with a awesome chandelier logo and whatnot. Anyways, my opponent has sand offense, coupled with like Tapu Koko and Halucha offense and stuff like that, with Suicune, Mega Scizor. It's a really cool team. I'll just explain this entire team, I guess. Cincino, Excadrill, Gigalith, Halucha, Mega Scizor, Suicune. Pretty sure it's Tapu Koko. I can't. Wheezing, Tapu Koko, and I can't remember his entire team, and I can't get it pulled up right now. But our team is, as always, Celesteela, Mega Diancie, Salamence, Weavile, Arcanine, Shaman, Donphan, Electros, and all the other guys. I'm not going to get into it too big. If you haven't been keeping up with my team, then you're probably not even watching this battle anyway, so just go ahead and hop into it. So we got Mega Diancie here. We have a sub, Calm Mind, Moonblast, Hidden Power, Fire set. And the reason we have sub, Calm Mind, see, the thing is about sub, say I kill something with Moonblast. He's just going to bring his Mega Scizor in, and he's going to click Bullet Punch and drop me. So the plan is to, if I'm going to scare something out, or if I'm going to kill something that can't really hurt me back, then I'm just going to click sub and then kill it, so that when Scizor comes in to knock me out, I can just click Hidden Power Fire and knock it out, if that makes sense. I'm a modest nature, as you can see, but with a modest nature and 100 speed EVs, 100 special attack EVs and a modest nature, this gives me the same as a timid nature max special attack damage output, and I'm faster than base 95s with this speed investment. With max speed modest, I can still outpace base 95s with 152 HP EVs, which gives me a little extra bulk. So this thing's just taking lives. Moonblast hits everything, and what it doesn't hit, Hidden Power Fire bops like the Excadrill and the Mega Scizor. So, and if I get into a situation where I can set up subs and Calm Minds, oh man, that's going to be a field day for Mega Diancie. Next up, we have Celesteela, though. A Lead Seed, Protect, Air Slash, Earthquake variant with leftovers, and as you can see, I don't have a nature, and it might look like an error, but it's actually not an error, because I do need this speed. This speed. I need this amount of speed. I need this amount of special defense and defense investment with this max HP. Now, the reason I don't have a minus attack or minus special attack nature is because I need Air Slash and Earthquake to put out as much damage as possible while being as bulky as possible. So my serious nature is very serious here. It is no pun intended, and it is no error. So I can check Excadrill, I can check Mega Scizor, unless it's like a sub variant, like a Swords Dance variant that gets out of hand. But with Lead Seed and Air Slash and Arcanine, I shouldn't really have a problem with it. But yeah, this thing's going to be great. It comes in on Wheezing, comes in on Gigalith, comes in on Scizor, comes in on Cincino, or something like, whatever the fuck that thing's called. So we do have a really solid check to Mega Scizor here with our Arcanine, Rocky Helmet, Intimidate, Toxic Flamethrower, Roar, and Morning Sun. My opponent does have a Suicune, so I do expect that to be a switch in to an Arcanine, potentially to Donphan, potentially to Weavile and Salamence and all that stuff. Suicune is definitely coming. There's no way Suicune isn't coming, and that's why you'll see the rest of my team in a minute. We have the Toxic Flamethrower, Roar, and Morning Sun. Basically all I needed. I have enough speed investment to outpace let's see here. Base 100s with no speed investment, I outpace those, so that's pretty nice. Really solid check to Scizor mostly, and I guess it can check some other things as well, but mostly there for the Suicune. Next up, we have a Life Orb Offensive Shaman. I don't think we've brought one of these this season, with Energy Ball, Psychic, Hidden Power Fire, and Rest. We have enough speed to outspeed a Excadrill, a Jolly Excadrill, no, an Adamant Sandrill. Outside of sand, we can outpace it. We have max special attack and quite a bit of bulk investment, since we didn't need need much speed. With the Life Orb, this thing's doing a lot of damage. His only resistance to Energy Ball is Wheezing and Scizor and Excadrill, but Excadrill is more of a neutral hit. Psychic is bopping Wheezing. Hidden Power Fire is bopping Mega Scizor. And then I have Rest on here because if I get low with Life Orb and Rocks damage and Sand damage, building up, then I can click Rest, get all my HP back on something like Suicune or let's see, what's something, Gigalith or something like that, and then switch out and I'll wake up because of my natural cure ability, so I won't be, sleeping anymore and can come right back in later and start firing off those Life Orb hits again. So yeah, really nice Shaman here, and I think it'll put in the work. Next up, we have Donphan here with, this is like my Coco check, as well as being a decent check to Sandrill and Gigalith as well. Doesn't take anything from Stone Edge or Earthquake from a Gigalith. Leftover, Sturdy, Earthquake knockoff, Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin with max special defense, well, close to max special defense, max HP, and a little bit of defensive investment. This thing, just eats up hits, knocks out Gigalith, knocks out Excadrill, knocks out Coco, knocks off items for like Suicune and any other mons that might want to come and that have annoying items, any kind of weird berries or whatnot. Want to get rid of those. And Choice Scarfs, anything that could be Choice Scarf. Or like a Smooth Rock from the Gigalith. So that, I just want to talk about Gigalith for a second. It sets up the Sand, which boosts Mega Diance's special defense. Okay, now back to Donphan. But actually, that's all about Donphan. Next up is my prize here. My prize Edison here, my Electros with leftovers. And it is a mono thunder, a mono electric user, so I do have to get rid of Excadrill. And then this thing is a problem for my opponent, especially after a couple coils. Coil Rest Talk with Thunder Punch is just phenomenal. I do not get a boost from the electric terrain because I have the Levitate ability. If I could get rid of that, I would. I maybe could have with something like an Iron Ball. What is that item that makes your Levitate not work or whatever? Anyways, Coil, Thunder Punch, Rest Talk. It's phenomenal, this matchup in my opinion, and can 1v1 a lot of things that he might have. So yeah, it's just more especially defensive because of Coco being a problem, and that Coil boosts my defense and attack. So didn't really need that kind of investment. Anyways, we'll hop into the replay real quick. Okay, so here we are in the replay, and my opponent decides to bring the Suicune. Like I said, it was coming. I knew the Suicune, the Coco, and the Sand stuff was coming, and probably the Mega Scizor. I didn't know if the Wheezing would come, but here it is. So he's got a pretty cool team there. Volt Turn there into like Sand stuff, and then has like Levitates and Suicune not taking much from Earthquakes and whatnot. So I feel like we're adequately prepared to take on this team specifically. Yeah, I guess there's not much to say. We'll just hop into the replay here. he leads off with Wheezing as we lead off with the Donphan. So what we could do here is I could click Knockoff, I could click Stealth Rock. I don't want him setting up Toxic Spikes, so I could just set up my rocks and then Rapid Spin. He goes for the Fire Blast. I'm not sure exactly what he was predicting. Maybe the Celesteela. But I get my rocks up and then click Knockoff and get rid of his Black Sludge. So I'm already in a decent position here, as I'm going to switch out into Arcanine, predicting his Fire Blast. He actually goes for the Pain Split. Now I'm going to double out into Celesteela because I don't want Toxic. And then I'm going to double right back out. No, I don't. Because I knew I could take the Fire Blast, I just throw off a Leech Seed. Okay, that makes sense. I was confused for a second, not going to lie. And here he goes out into his Suicune, as I think I just throw off another Leech. Yeah, I do. And yeah, so not bad here, and I can just hard switch into my Shaman. There's no variant of Suicune that's going to beat my Shaman 1v1, I don't think, unless I played recklessly and let Shaman get weakened and let Suicune get out of hand with Calm Minds or something like that. Anyways, predicting him to switch out, not wanting to take the Grass type attack, I'm going to click the Hidden Power Fire expecting the Scizor, but he actually goes into the Wheezing, takes enough damage to where Psychic's going to bop it, and down goes the Wheezing. So turn 9 and we already got a kill. I'm pretty happy about that, and especially coming from an offensive Shaman. He brings in Coco here. A little bit concerned here. I switch out into Donphan, and he goes for the Brave Bird. So my suspicions were confirmed. He's most likely physically offensive with Brave Bird. Here I'm just going to click Earthquake. No reason not to. And I'm going to hard switch out here because I know he can't rest up, and I don't want bopped with the Scald. So I'm going to go into Shaman. As my opponent tries to rest up, he has a brain fart and forgets about the electric terrain. And he's going to have to hard switch out into Scizor here. And I'm going to hit him up with the Energy Ball. And now I'm going to hit him up with the Hidden Power Fire. I'm not sure what, if he was going to U-turn, but he just doubles out into the Gigalith. So that makes sense there, in a sense, I guess. And he's got the Sand up here. Knowing I can take any one hit, I'm going to rest up, get quite a bit of HP investment back, but I'm over half now, so I'm okay with that. Now I can switch out into my Donphan and make sure that these rocks do not stay if he gets them up. He does get them up, so let's just make sure they don't stay. As he goes out into his Scizor here, I can just Rapid Spin these rocks away and now hard switch out into my Arcanine and not be threatened much at all with the Intimidate and being a pure Fire type. It's one of the best Scizor answers in the game of all time. Anyways, he goes hard out into Gigalith here. I don't want him getting his rocks up again, so I'm going to go hard out into Donphan as he chooses just to go for the, straight for the Stone Edge there. Not a bad play at all, in my opinion. Here I can just click Earthquake, and it does over half, so I'm okay with that. He goes for another Stone Edge here. And I don't want to, click Earthquake here. I mean, shoot. See, I didn't know he had the Protector, so I just clicked the Earthquake again, and he actually gets me there. So I died to the Toxic. Now I have to bring my Shaman in, and just gonna click the Energy Ball here as he chooses to sack off his Suicune here to the Energy Ball. So Shaman's picking up the first 2 kills of the match. Pretty hyped about that. Don't have a Donphan anymore though, but predicting this thing to be physically offensive, I'll hard switch into my Arcanine, which is problematic now because he went for the Volt Switch. Was not predicting that whatsoever. And here he decides to not get his rocks up as I throw off a Toxic. So I'm okay with this exchange. Mega Scizor is weakened enough to where the rest of my team can deal with it. And just got to keep playing smart here. So he goes, he doesn't get his rocks up, so I don't have anything to fear that way. And here I can just throw off a Leech Seed maybe, or I'll go for Earthquake. Now I can just bop him with the Air Slash. So he reveals to be faster than I am, and I miss my Air Slash. So a bit problematic here, and I'm going to throw off another Leech Seed, and I miss as he defogs the rocks away. So a bit unfortunate for me there, as I do throw off a Leech Seed here, but predicting him to just U-turn out or hard switch out, I think I'll just throw off another Leech Seed, or I might click Earthquake here. Yeah, I do click the Earthquake, predicting maybe the Coco to come in. But he gets his Sand up, which is nice for him. I can just click Earthquake again and bop this thing. No more Sand, which is good. But, and I do get the special defense boost, so now Tapu Koko is having a problem with me. I'm fearful of Wild Charge for some reason. But he still goes for the Thunderbolt. And I know I can live this. I mean the volt switch. I know I can live this, especially with my defense or special defense investment. I mean boost. So I can just throw off a lead seed here as he goes back into this extra drill. Goes for the rock slide. Gets the flinch. You know I'm gonna miss my attacks and he's gonna get flinches and all that yada yada yada. It's bound to happen when I play this game. It's just how the cookie crumbles. Nothing we can do about it. Anyways, I'm gonna click protect here and make sure that I get all my lefties back, all my lead seed recovery back as much as I can, and get another. No, I don't get a special defense boost because I don't get like a direct kill there. However, my opponent bolt switches out into this thing as I get off a lead seed here. And he's just going to U-turn out, repetitively back and forth. I go for the earthquake knowing that he was most likely going to do that and catch the Coco on the switch, on the switch out. And yeah, it's going to be that. I'll throw off a lead seed here. I didn't know if this thing was like Swords Dance or anything like that, and I really wanted Electros to put in some work, so I'm just going to throw off a lead seed there, switch hard into Electros, and start setting up some coils as he goes for the U-turn, and he's going to start roosting himself here in a second. Something unfortunate happens though. I make a read late game here, as you're going to see here in a second. This lead seed doesn't kill him, and he's going to roost up here. And then, so at this point, I think he's still going to try to win with Scizor. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to coil up once more. Yeah, I do. And now I think Thunder Punch. Lead seed. And now I'm going to coil up again, predicting him to roost, but he actually doesn't. So I'm not even going to get a kill with Electros, and I get the lead seed recovery kill. And that's going to be a nice 4-0 win here in week 4. Season 4, week 4, 4-0 win. A lot of fours there. Shout out to Jay-Z. Anyways, felt really good about that match. My Arcanine, Celesteela, and Donphan, their defensive core together, it was so great. And then Electros and Shaman putting in the work. Well, Electros didn't really put in the work, but it could have. And then Shaman really was, putting in the work. So I'm really proud of the team and the way it played out. And yeah. Good game to Cat and the Chanchester United. Good luck the rest of the season. And yeah, we'll be moving on to week 5. So let me know what you thought about the prep, and the play, and whatnot. Anything surprise you? Maybe the Suicune going for rest in the terrain, or maybe the wheezing coming at all. But yeah, good game again. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Share the video with your friends and whatnot. And yeah, hit that like button. Don't forget to hit the like button. And yeah, that'll be it. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.